Time for another episode of Pottawattamie County Routes. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Things are getting a little warmer as spring is coming closer and closer. I know that on this Friday, we are expecting pretty warm temperatures and also a chance for some severe weather. So please, everyone, stay careful. And this got me thinking that with spring coming, that means we're going to start seeing a lot of places with events again. And one of those places is Primrose Retirement Community. They have events planned every month all the way through June and beyond. And I wanted to learn more about those. So we invited Stephanie Kenealy and Jayme Busch back into the studio to talk about those things and had a fun conversation about everything that is coming up at Primrose and things that you can get involved with. So Stephanie Kenealy and Jayme Busch, our guests today on Pottawattamie County Routes. In the heart of Walnut, Iowa, Frosting Inc. is your sweet destination for gourmet cupcakes, cookies, and artisan baked goods made with care and creativity. Exceptional taste and hometown heart is what you're going to find when you step inside, and you'll also find small batch candles, homemade jams, local honey, tallow-based skincare, and artisan snack mixes. Frosting Inc., more than a bakery. It's a celebration of quality and community. And here on Pottawattamie County Routes, we explore the places that make our region home and the people who keep them connected. That is why we are proud to feature Marnie Elkhorn Communications, your local communications provider, serving Marnie, Elkhorn, Walnut, Avoca, and other Southwest Iowa towns with high-speed fiber internet, reliable phone service, and TV options built for rural living. Real local support and unlimited data plans are going to bring you up to 1 gig of speeds to work, stream, and stay in touch with family and neighbors. Visit metc.net to learn more. We're welcoming the good folks from Primrose back into the studios on Willow. We have Stephanie Kenealy and also Jayme Busch here. And we're going to try something new, which is having two guests sitting side by side on the other side of the table. This is the first time we've done it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for being the subject of the experimentation. And we'll just see how this works. And I'm thrilled that you came over here because you have a ton of events that are coming up that we want to make sure that people get into their calendars. So should we just start at the top?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So what's the first thing that's coming up?
First thing that's coming up is our Shake Your Shamrocks St. Patrick's Day party. So it sounds worse than it is.
I'm not sure what, a shamrock to me is a 4-leaf clover. So
there you go.
Okay.
So it's just a fun afternoon, a cocktail party, just celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and then they can stay for dinner if they would like, and it is open to our community, so we would love to have everybody. But it is not on St. Patrick's Day. It is the day before on March 16th on that Monday.
On that Monday?
Yes, 4 o'clock.
What, do we know what's on the menu?
Corned beef.
Okay, thank you.
I believe they're doing Reubens.
Yeah, we're doing Reubens.
Yep.
Oh, that's always good too.
Yes.
And I've always, I know that our traditional Reuben is made with a Russian dressing. I don't know what that is though, because all I ever get is a Thousand Island.
We have a chef. That might be her thing. So we'll have to find out.
Wasn't that the deal that the Reuben was actually invented in Omaha?
It was. So I think that there's a restaurant like in the Midtown area that's.
Well, it used to be in the Kimpton.
Yes. Right across from the Kimpton.
Okay.
Is the restaurant now. Yeah. They have really
somebody came up with a really good idea. And I remember, well, how old was I? About 14, I think. And my dad ordered one of those. And I looked at that and I thought, well, that's pretty disgusting. And he said, well, take a bite. And I did. And then I was hooked.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. Well, and that particular one, I think, was one of the better ones that I'd ever had. So that is coming up on Monday, March 16th.
Right.
And so the Shake Your Shamrocks part is from 4 to 6, and then inviting people to stay for dinner after. Is that it?
Dinner's at 5, so
Dinner's
it's just
at 5.
kind of
Okay.
4 to 6-ish.
Okay.
They can come for both or one or the other, so we'd be happy to have anybody.
Well, and this is an opportunity also for the residents that are there to see some of their friends come in and kind of make it to where the community's coming to them, which a lot of times is pretty important.
It is, for sure.
All right, so that is on March 16th. And now I think we need to flip the calendar over 1 month, do we not?
Yes.
Okay. And please ignore the construction. I finally just decided that any construction noise that's coming through this, we're just going to go with it because these guys keep telling me they're done drilling holes and then they're back drilling holes again. So we have they're working on a fire suppression system. This is important.
Yeah.
We don't want to interrupt them, but at the same time, come on, guys, you got to let me know.
We wanted the background music.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of we're kind of in our own little rave here right now. All right. Coming up in April.
We have a lot in April. I'll let you talk about the Easter egg hunt.
Okay. So every year we do an annual Easter egg hunt, and the residents are completely involved in everything. So they pack the eggs. They spend days packing hundreds of eggs. And then we do two separate. So we do one section for the younger kids and the whole front of the building for the older kids. And the whole egg hunt lasts like 30 seconds.
Oh,
so you
course.
have to make sure that you're on time or early. We have plenty of parking along the sides and the back of the building. And then Country House is always very gracious right next to us that, we kind of figure out our parking situation. But you want to come early. You want to come like 15, 20 minutes early just to make sure that you're there for the go. And the kids run out and grab as many Easter eggs as they can, obviously. And there's usually some prizes. And then we always have a visit by the Easter Bunny. And she is the most jolly Easter Bunny. She's been the Easter Bunny for years. She's been we were talking about that. My kids have seen her be the Easter Bunny for like 6 years now, so it's been fun. But they just go out, grab eggs, see the Easter Bunny, take some pictures. Our residents love watching this. We've had to do it in the building if the weather was crappy, but most of the time it's always outside, and the residents have a blast packing the eggs, hiding the eggs, and then watching the kids run out and grab all the eggs and then empty them all out because we reuse the eggs.
Sure.
So they're emptying them all out, and I always remember my daughter like pretended to crack the plastic eggs and open each one. So it's just a lot of fun to watch them open the eggs and get all their candy, and it's such a fun community engagement thing. We've always opened it up to the schools and our friends and family, but the residents really look forward to that every year. So
I'm flashing back to my own childhood when it came to hunting Easter eggs. And I grew up in a house where my mother decided that, well, no, candy's just too unhealthy. So she hid peanuts and raisins. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Don't do that to the kids. And the other thing, have you ever heard of this, that instead of dyeing a whole boiled egg, you take the egg part out of the shell. So you kind of make a little hole in the top and the bottom and puncture it. And then you have to force air through the egg to get it all out in order to be able to do that. And again, it's herniate your ear and things like that trying to do that. This is a much simpler way. And there's so many great things that happen with this, because not only are the residents getting entertainment when the kids come out, but as they're doing that and they're working with their hands, it's kind of a project to keep
it's great
everybody
dexterity.
active.
Yeah, they spend a ton of time individually, and it's such a great like dementia specific thing for them to do too. Say somebody just really needs that repetition, or to do something small, or just keep them busy. It's such a fun task. Everybody really enjoys filling the Easter eggs.
Okay, so that is coming up on Saturday, April 4th. And as you said, it gets started at 10, but you're recommending get there early,
yes,
right?
I recommend you get there early. Make sure you have a good parking spot. We'll have people kind of directing traffic outside, and making sure that we kind of cut it off, because it is in the front of the building. We don't want cars coming in as kids are running out there trying to get eggs. So, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so that is the April event. And we have another April event.
We do.
So
yes.
what else is coming up in April?
So twice a year, Primrose does their open house. And I was coming into Primrose when we did the last open house, so a lot of it was already planned prior to me. But it was our tree walk, our Christmas tree walk, our holiday tree walk, and we had like 35 trees.
Wow.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite events every year. But it is like, I think we had 38 trees.
Yeah.
And then the village.
Yes, and Christmas Village. So it's a good chance to non-formally walk through or informally walk through Primrose. And so since I got to plan Primrose in full bloom, I wanted to do something similar, but still kind of have fun and have them take something home with them. So we decided to, in the kind of more prominent common areas of Primrose, places that people like to congregate and meet, and we have different things throughout our weeks to do a flower walk. So there'll be flowers, there'll be a map and places to stop and meet with people that work with Primrose. Some of our referrals and other vendors that we use within Primrose, and then create a bouquet. So you'll have several flowers that you get together, and then at the end create a bouquet, and then we'll have a cocktail hour and dinner for that as well.
Well, see, now that's why you're just so smart. Having something for everybody, being a part of that. How much planning and goes into getting this particular event ready?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
You know, we only do a couple of these every year, and this is really it's to engage every aspect of the community. It engages our, you know, vendors and our third party and all our internal as well. Like we have a great therapy that's in-house called Empower Me, and it gets them engaged and involved. We have a wonderful podiatrist that comes to our community. It gets her involved. We have a great new pharmacy that we're super excited about. It gets them involved, and it really gives you the full spectrum of all the things that are not just you know, inside of Primrose, but all the things that are extra that come to Primrose too. So
yeah.
So
it'll be
that is on April 16th. We're getting people to fill out their calendars here as we're going through this. And then we turn the calendar page over again going into May and things coming up for Mother's Day.
Yes, I'm going to let Steph chat about that as well. I'm partially planning, but won't be there. So Steph's heading that one on.
yeah. So just also, it's really refreshing to have Jayme coming in and planning all these really great events, because you can really tell when somebody has really good event planning experience. It's really,
yeah, I've known her for a while.
it's really brought this really, you know, exciting thing to Primrose. So I'm loving watching all of these unravel and all of her ideas, you know. But unfortunately, she's not going to be there at this event. So I get to kind of spearhead this, but she's doing most of the planning and I just get to show up. It's really awesome.
Oh, there you go.
So our Mother's Day event is, again, another annual event that we do every single year with just a small twist. So we do brunch every year for all of our mothers within our community, and their daughters and their sons to come and join and just have that intimate time. You know, sometimes getting out to a restaurant can just be a huge mess, or getting into somebody's house can be complicated. So again, we just want to bring them to us. And we have this wonderful chef, and we love taking advantage of that every opportunity that we can. So the chef will prepare this brunch, but it's just got this little twist that we've never done before. So we have some ladies in our community who are extremely talented quilters. And we moved someone into our community not that long ago, and her daughter was showing me all these pictures of her beautiful quilts. And we're like, we want to put those on display. And so we've opened this up to anybody in the community that would like to display their quilts for our quilt show. So they'll have brunch and then they'll do a quilt walk. And they'll get to see all of our residents' quilts, all of our residents' families' quilts. We have a resident that had passed away that we saved a quilt just to show off at the quilt show. So it's very personal. And, you know, if you're into quilting, you know that quilts tell a story.
Yeah.
And they can tell a story. And the history of quilts, you know, specifically in the Midwest, it's so interesting. I love like driving by on the farms and seeing the quilts, and quilts can really tell a story. And so we're super excited about telling each quilt's story as they do the walk. So we'll be displaying all of the quilts. So it's brunch and a quilt show. So
Are you, is it kind of a follow your own pace kind of thing, and there's things written out about the quilts, and that's how it's going to work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the brunch area will be downstairs in the main dining room and our bistro, and we'll have a few, probably bigger pieces down there. But upstairs will kind of be completely taken over by the quilts. And they can eat and then walk, or they can, walk and then eat. It'll just be come in and at your leisure, sit with your family, and then go take the walk. And we're hoping that by coming here and talking about it, that we'll get some people who would maybe want to show off their quilts as well. So if you'd like to show off your quilt, we'd love for you to call the community and let us know. And we'd love a little bit of a story about your quilt, and then we will display your quilt on the Saturday before Mother's Day. So it goes from 10 to noon. So they have plenty of time to eat and walk around the community. And yeah, we're really excited about kind of putting that little twist on our Mother's Day brunch.
You're exactly right about quilts telling a story, because it can be a snapshot of history, whether it be you hear about towns putting quilts together, or families putting quilts together. I know of one family that after the eldest matriarch had passed away, they took cuttings from all of her dresses and made a quilt out of those dresses. And that then becomes the family history line. You can see everything right where it is. This is something that goes back hundreds of years, that has been going on since the very beginning in this country, as people have been putting together quilts. It's a way to bring communities together. It's a way you bring a lot of people and they all work together on a same quilt. The quilting bees used to be a really big thing.
We've seen some incredible quilts come through our building, and there are a couple throughout the building, but I've seen a potato sack quilt that was so beautiful. I've seen a hanky quilt that was so beautiful. And you're right, they each tell these incredible stories. And my mother-in-law, she's a quilter, and she does something really special for us. So every time one of the kids or close relatives gets married, she makes us this beautiful quilt. And it just is it's so beautiful, and it's so personal. And I think that we're going to have a lot of really beautiful stories with each one of these quilts. So
May 9th, going
May
on
9th.
from 10 until noon. What a better way to celebrate Mother's Day and come out for brunch, and also stay for the quilt show. And want to make sure you're doing something for fathers too, which takes you into June.
It does. So again, another annual event that we do every year. We do a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. We have a walk team. If you're not signed up for the walk, make sure that you get signed up for the Alzheimer's walk. Create a team, and that's something that we're really passionate about. And so we raise money to donate on behalf of our team. And we do a car show every year for Father's Day. And we usually do root beer floats, and we have a great barbecue guy, Swinomite. Yeah,
Yep.
he's awesome. He does a fabulous job. The food is fantastic. It's usually pretty decent weather, but they show rain or shine. We have a couple traveling trophies, and the trophies are custom made out of old car parts. And so we have like best in show, and then the oldest car in the show. And we give out those trophies, and there's lots of raffle opportunities. And it's a really good way. Again, our residents can't always get out. And so this brings the event to them. And guys like their cars.
Yeah.
They like their cars. They like their motorcycles. We've had a few motorcycles in the show before too. So same call out like with the quilts. If you have a classic car, or even a newer car that you'd love to show off, bring it to the car show. They love the camaraderie and just walking around BSing about car parts and old cars. And my first car was this car, and so it's a lot of fun. The residents have a lot of fun with it. And I know it's kind of far out, but it's always nice. Those car people, they kind of plan out their weekends far in advance. So we want to give that shout out really, really early, that it is the Saturday before Father's Day. So June 20th.
Is this something that you're wanting them to pre-register for? Can they just show up with a car? How's that process?
So both. So we post it kind of ahead of time, but we like it when you pre-register. That way we can kind of number off slots. But we also, it's never failed that a car will drive by and say, "Hey, I'll enter my car in."
Yeah.
And so we always number them off because that's how they vote. And so you can do both. You can pre-register, and that makes it a lot easier for us. Or you can just join it if you drive by or have a last second change. You're always welcome to join as well. So again, just calling the building, calling the community, and letting them know that you want to participate in the car show for Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, it's the Saturday before Father's Day on June 20th, going on from 10 until 2. Jayme, I thought of something as we were sitting here going through this. And listen, you and I have been friends for a while.
Yeah.
So, when you were looking for the next stage of your career, which you slid right in and just took off in Primrose, I am curious, as you were going through that process, was the event planning part of what they were talking to you about, or was this just, oh, we have somebody in-house now that's really good at this, so we're going to take advantage of it?
It is. It was definitely part of the role.
Yeah, it was part of the role. I think knowing stuff a little bit prior and knowing the events that I've planned already, in the past, even just, for my hometown or where I live now, not my hometown, but where I live,
You've been there long enough. You can call it your hometown. It's
okay. And then, in my previous role, the larger events planning, this is a lot more fun though, because I don't have grant restrictions and I don't have, and being able to plan this for like everyone. It doesn't just have to be that you have a resident at Primrose. Like it might be that eventually someone in your family might be at Primrose, or even just for like my kiddos, bringing them in. We came in last Sunday night just to see residents and they wanted to play taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. And so, like, they did that with residents, and it's like...
The only place I've ever heard of this is from you.
It's from me.
You told me
We
about
love
it before.
it.
But yeah,
It's
I know.
a fun game.
We love the game. So, just being able to, these residents, some of them, a lot of them have family, but a lot of them don't have family that come around. And so, we have become their family. And I think knowing me, kind of anybody in my inner circle becomes part of my family. So now I have a really, really big family on top of the big family that I already have. But yeah, it's really good. I enjoy the planning. It was talked about. I didn't realize it was this many events, but I've also wanted to do these as events. Like, Primrose has so many that we have to do. And then our Primrose has so many that they've already done that Steph kind of spearheaded when she was in my role. And so being able to pick those back up and, with her things that she has already done and then the things that I'm envisioning, it's been fun. Even just the flowers. Like, I love flowers and I love to have fresh flowers. We've been putting those in Primrose as much as possible at the tables, the dining tables, and all down when you walk through on the little, what are they called?
The ledge.
The ledge.
Yeah.
On the ledge when you walk through. And so I just thought that specifically this one, Primrose in Full Bloom, would be a lot of fun and something different. And you get to take something with you. And who doesn't love fresh flowers? So, but yeah, it's been fun. It wasn't what I was envisioning, but it's been that and more.
That's it's kind of like one of those little happy marriages of circumstances coming together.
Yeah.
And you get to do what you love, and you get to make a career out of it at the same time. So yeah, worked out well. Hey, good job hiring her, huh?
Yeah, it was a great time.
But I get to question you now. I
Oh,
want to know.
okay, here we
I
go.
want to know what your thoughts were on it, and then as you've watched it over the last 4 months, and just knowing me, like what have you thought about it, and me?
What have I thought about you being in the position?
Yeah.
Your stress level's less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I noticed that almost immediately.
I love that you have some creative freedom again.
Mhm.
And I I love when you're given a challenge, and I love even when you're not given a challenge, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this.
Oh,
I
I know what
love
you're gonna
that.
say.
And I'm so excited. So something that we get to do is we get to do these really neat videos. And Jamie was like, I'm taking this and I'm making it my own. So she has created this series of really fun, interactive, purposeful, good, solid message videos that she's sending out to our potential residents, to people who we partner with, and that some of them are just so relatable. They're so relatable. I love all the videos. But again, she has this creative freedom, and it really does, Primrose is so amazing. They give us the tools to be successful, and then they say make it right for your community. And so she really took this tool and she was like, I'm going to make this my own. And she's done these fun videos, and they've just been a lot of fun to watch her do them, and watch her kind of get competitive with them, and also really get engaged. So she said, man, I had a bunch of people message me again about this video that I put out. But it's really about the engagement and the creativity, but the message is so good. The message is so good.
This ties right in. I have a show coming up that I'm going to be doing hopefully soon. It's pretty much ready to go. I just haven't had time to put it together, about not waiting for everything to be perfect before you get started with something. Because what happens if you have everything 100% planned out and you're very regimented and you just go step by step by step, well, then the creativity kind of slides away a little bit. And to me, a little bit of the heart goes away. And plus, let's be honest, perfection is unattainable. So to me, you're focused on all the wrong things. Where when you come at this and you say, all right, let's put a little creativity into what it is that we're doing here, and let's bring Jamie in and have a fresh perspective on some of the things that we're doing, then that is when you start to see a little life come back into it. And there's so many different things that this can apply to, whether it be events at Primrose, whether it be starting a new business, or whatever the case might be. Don't wait for things to be perfect. And you guys are doing great work here. And you're just kind of going along with it. Okay, this is busy. This is a lot to do, but we're going to get this done. And just sometimes we don't always know what the finished product's going to be until we get there. And to me, that's the fun part, is to see all of that. So is that too much of a soapbox speech?
No, it was so good. I love that you said that, because some of this we are figuring it out together. Yeah. I'm fairly new in my role as well. So when I come to her and I'm like, well, we have to have an open house. What do you want to do? And she's like, flowers. And so it's fun to just, we don't know what that's going to look like until we've done it. And it's probably not going to be perfect at every inch of it, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun doing it. And our residents are going to have a blast. And it is really exciting to see, not just Jamie blossom in her role, but how she integrated within the community, like she was talking about. And there are days that are hard. There are days that are really, really hard. And there are days that we go home and we're like, that was a good day. Yeah. Like, we are so blessed to be here. So it's not going to be perfect every day, but it's been a really fun adventure.
The next event, get this one on your calendar. It is a week from Monday, March 16th, and it's the St. Patrick's Day party at Primrose, going on from 4 until 6. Where else are you going to get a Reuben made with such love?
Yeah.
How about that?
Seriously. Yes.
All right.
Thanks.
Stephanie Kenealy and Jayme Busch, thank you so much for coming in. And this is a lot. You guys have a lot to do. What are you doing waiting here? You got to get to work.
I know. I'm going to make homemade potato chips later for it.
Oh, that's perfect too. All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you looking to grow your business or bring new jobs and investments to Southwest Iowa? Advance Southwest Iowa Corporation is the economic development organization for Council Bluffs and all of Pottawattamie County. Advance connects entrepreneurs, innovators, and established companies with resources, incentives, and strategic support to launch, expand, and thrive right here in our region. From site development to small business programs and community partnerships, Advance Southwest Iowa helps build a stronger local economy. Visit advancesouthwestiowa.com to learn more and get involved. And finding the right care for a loved one can feel overwhelming. That's why Assisted Living Locators is here to help. Jean Bonker brings more than 30 years of experience serving families and has personally navigated the challenges of elder care. She understands the questions, the emotions, and the weight of these decisions. Jean becomes your advocate, guiding you through options with clarity, compassion, and personal support every step of the way. Call Assisted Living Locators at 402-690-5467. Move forward with confidence. That is going to wrap up today's show. Thank you again, Stephanie and Jamie, for joining me today. Good to see you again. Looking forward to the next visit. My name is Todd Studer. Have a great weekend.